Yes. So the Bureau of Immigration, after they found out about the resolution that we passed declaring him as persona non grata in Dumaguete, they flew in the next day after they took the first flight.
Hello and welcome back to Asia. Now, this is the latest on pro-life traveler Sim, thanks to Rob who shared this video with me, and directly from Renz Macion, the city councilor who brought the case against him for being a persona non grata. Let's see what the latest is, and I'll tell you guys my personal thoughts on this right after.
Yes. Una sa tanan, mapasalamaton kayo ko sa paspas na aksyon sa Bureau of Immigration in coordination with our Philippine National Police, no, na na-apprehend nila tong Estonian vlogger na nagbinastos sa atong mga kababainhan, sa atong mga katawan din sa Dumaguete. So I thank them, no, sa paspas na aksyon. So just to give an update karon, kato si Sim Rosipo, usa ka Estonian national na usa ka vlogger, gidala na dito sa Manila because ang iyang visa di ay 7 days na na-expired and wala siya ka-renew. So he was tagged by the Bureau of Immigration as undesirable alien dinhi sa ato ang nasod. And also naapa na yung mga proseso, no, and these government agencies are in preparation for his deportation balik dito sa Estonia. So again, I also thank my colleagues in the City Council for their support to declare this person as persona non grata in Dumaguete. Nakita man nato unsa ang mga contents niya online. And then kana pod niingon di ay ang Bureau of Immigration na 1 year na din siyang under surveillance because dugay-dugay na gud ni iyang mga content. Unya ubay-ubay na gyud pod ang mga biktima. Well, in fact, since August last year nakadawat na taog mga complaints against them, and also we assisted the victims indeed to go to the right government agencies. But now di namang gyud, no, di na gyud nato angay i-tolerate, di na gyud maagwanta kung unsa ka bastos iyang gibuhat. So that's why we pushed for the declaration of him as persona non grata of Dumaguete. So muna I think once again, the Bureau of Immigration, the Philippine National Police, and of course, my colleagues in the City Council, led by Vice Mayor Stanislao Alviola.
So, ang immigration, may respond dahil sa imo ang
Yes. So the Bureau of Immigration, after they found out about the resolution that we passed declaring him as persona non grata in Dumaguete, they flew in the next day after they took the first flight padulong dinhi sa Dumaguete kay para ilang i-capture kato na Estonian vlogger who was residing at Barangay Cantile here in Dumaguete City. So they coordinated with our provincial PNP, and then sila na mismo niadto dito sa Panimalay, and then gikuha sila. So on the same day pod nagiani nila last Wednesday, they brought him to Manila. So ingon sila dito daw kuno siya gipriso karon sa Bikutan.
So what you're telling me, Sim had about 24 hours to get out of there before the BI came down from Manila to Dumaguete to take him. All jokes aside, I cannot believe this man's been under investigation for a year. I don't really know what that says about officials in Dumaguete. How does it take you that long to determine to be persona non grata if what you're going to hit him with is simply him calling him people monkeys and overstaying his visa, which at that point, 6 months ago, he wasn't there. But anyway, aside from the point, let's just remind everybody, this is not simply him saying, you guys are monkeys. There's a lot more to it. That's basically all he had to say was to be declared persona non grata, as well as harassing people and everything else Macion said during that council hearing. And once he was labeled persona non grata, the BI came from a federal perspective and also labeled him as persona non grata, which gave him the right to go ahead and start deportation process. So the process itself could take a long time. But I have it under good authority, which I might do a live stream maybe tomorrow. The day after, I have evidence of him buying out that woman. So I don't even know if I can show it, but I'll try to blur it. But whoever sent me that, you told me it's okay as long as I don't give your name. So I have visual evidence that Sim bought his way out of those charges against child photo video voyeurism. So that being the latest, for those of you that are new to the channel here or just watching online and hearing this whole it's not simply, once again, calling people monkeys. He's on a tourist visa. There are many rules in the Philippines, actual laws that can prevent a foreigner being here as a tourist if they simply misbehave. And just one of those things, don't be alarmed. This is not a one-off. As you heard yourself, it took him over a year of monitoring this dude before they brought anything against him. So if it's this continuous pattern of being rude, disrespectful, if you're just a normal person, even if you're out there making YouTube videos, they're not going to come after you unless you specifically do some bad things against Filipino law. So you may disagree or whatever, that's your opinion, but I'm pretty certain it takes a lot more than just somebody calling somebody a monkey for them to deport you. It may seem that way from our perspective, but a lot of things going on behind the scenes. I've been in the Philippines. Filipino people are wonderful, they're friendly. I'm not talking about the scammers online that are 50 years younger than you and they try to hit on them without any expectation of them wanting money. No, I'm not talking about those. I'm not talking about those syndicates that go out there and make kids beg for money. Not those people, you can just ignore them, right? I'm talking the general public. Filipino people had no issue with them. Yeah, sometimes people are in need of money, but you could simply say no. Same with the girls online. You cannot be scammed if you say no to people. Simple as that. People get the point. You don't have some extra cash. They'll stop asking you. If that's what's bothering you, if that's what's making you label people scammers or the whole country, whatever. It's not like that. Filipinos are kind, they're generous, you be respectful. They're gonna be respectful. They invite you over, you can have drinks. Which brings me to the next topic. Whoever's watching Asia now thinking I only wanna paint the Philippines as a negative place, it's not that. Only negative things make the news, therefore I cover it. That's why I try to do my best to include any kind of positive news, like people finding wallets, for example, the portal from Manila just from yesterday's video, any kind of positive news coming out of the Philippines, I try to include it, right? But sometimes it's difficult because the news, unfortunately, usually in the Philippines, like anywhere else in the world, only reports on bad things. That's why I started this whole segment, Feel Good Moment, to try to include as much positivity in these videos as possible. So my intentions, if anybody ever question them, if you're new to the channel, you don't know, I don't have an agenda, bro. I just said whatever's in the news and whatever might affect you or myself, especially being foreigners, right? So those are some things. Let me know what you think of the latest update. He's there waiting right now to be deported. Somebody joked about putting him on the same flight as Vitaly. Hilarious. So we'll see what happens. I mean, it's going the same general direction, right? So
三里飞，我的节配，总我为哪有比？
I'm curious to know if they're going to put Bureau of Immigration individuals on that flight all the way to their home country, because what if there's a layover? I doubt there are direct flights from Manila to these places. What if Buddy decides to go out the airport, right? Hanging around in Thailand or something, right? Wherever they stop midway. Interesting. Nothing too crazy going on. I'm considering doing a live stream at some point. This time I'll try to give a bit more notice because for some reason YouTube doesn't want to notify individuals when the video is released. But yeah, I have no control over that. If you guys don't want to miss any content, be sure to subscribe, turn on the bell notification so you don't miss out any of these live streams I do or any kind of breaking news. Thanks again to Rob, who has been instrumental sending me these video clips, breaking news, or right when they happen, maybe within minutes or hours. Myself, I don't have enough time to follow every single news outlet, so I do appreciate you guys sending those videos in. That's it. Leave your thoughts down below. What do you think of this latest update hearing from Renz Macion regarding what the process was getting him to Manila and the fact that he's waiting on deportation order, and most importantly that they were looking at this dude and I guess just observing him for a year, which I find is quite a long time to come up with anything to get rid of him, because his videos were all over the place, filled with things that you could hit him with if you really want to get him out of the country. That's it for today. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.